Hello internet, my name is Gingy, the game is still Minecraft, and I'm still playing way too much of it. The next hardcore video is going to take a minute to get out, so I wanted to do another video in between just so you guys weren't waiting too long. So I figured I'd do a tour of my Bedrock hardcore world, and complain about why I stopped playing it. Also, thank you all so much for all the nice comments and likes on the last video. It means a lot to me. I'm excited to keep posting content. But let's get into the video. Starting the tour off is my frog farm. A lot of the builds you'll see in today's video utilize a lot of frog lights, and if you need frog lights, you need a lot of frogs. Next up is my paper farm. Just like in my Java world, I needed a lot of fireworks just to make getting around and building a lot easier. Paper was also my main way to obtain emeralds early on in the world, so I made sure to turn it into a nice bougie factory. Last thing to mention before we get into the main compound is my zombie guard. He spawned into the world fitted out in full diamond armor. To make sure he wouldn't despawn, I threw him the diamond sword and imprisoned him at the front of my base. Even though he's been here a long time, he still doesn't have a name, so if you have any ideas, leave it in the comments. Okay, now we can get into the main compound. This is my decorated entrance, guarded by 2 fully powered emerald beacons, leading into where this world all started, my main base. From here you can pretty much access everywhere in the compound, but we'll go ahead and start in the nether. Here in my nether, I have a little nether hub that I built just to keep me safe from all the gas and other mobs that spawn here, and I designed it to look like a little fire. Inside is my nether portal, a few frogs, all of my nether building blocks, and heading back downstairs there's a little smelting area and my nether wart farm. Overall though, I'm just really happy on how this build came out. Heading back into the overworld, we get to my first base. This was literally the first thing that I built on this world, and it's really just being used for storage now. Upstairs leads you to the rest of the build, which is just more storage for ores, other random important items, tools, and armor. Heading outside, we'll find my basic storage. This is just like every basic building block in the game. Dirt, sand, cobblestone, deep slate, stuff like that. After turning my base into pretty much just all storage, I needed a place to sleep, so I built this little rainbow house as like my main sleeping quarters. Upstairs is my bed, and a few chests I store my really important items like totems, mob heads, and elytras. Over here are a couple skeleton horses and 2 farms that don't really work anymore. A honeycomb farm that just kind of bleeds honeycomb, and a creeper farm that I made to look like a bamboo in a pot. I also built a little rainbow shulker box display that I thought looked cute. Now getting on to the first farm of this video, we've got my skeleton farm. The farm's pretty simple. I just built it out of a skeleton dungeon I found near my house, but it does use a cool bedrock only mechanic, which is a trident killer. It allows me to get looting drops and XP from mobs, and I miss it so much in my Java world. Back on the surface, we'll head over to my first village. This village is specifically my farming villagers. When I started laying claim to this land, there was actually a village just outside of my compound, so I tore it down and built them a new village. When I started this world, I really wanted to get better at building. So I tried to build everybody their own unique house and just be as creative as possible. But I think it came out alright. The only other thing to note over here is this little nature area I never finished, and my sheep farm. But speaking of wanting to get better at building, over here is my giant furnace. And this build's sick. I used firefly bushes to get those particle effects to make it look like it was on, and on the inside is my super smelter. The only thing I would change about it is probably the floor. I just feel like I could do it so much better now. Back into the left is my librarian village. Unlike the first village, I had to do a lot of terraforming to make this one work because I wanted to build it over this ravine, but the idea is still the same. I just wanted to work on my building. Some builds came out better than others, but this one's definitely my favorite. I feel like it's actually like decorated on the inside and feels homey. And then there's just a couple more guys over here in the corner and a lighthouse. That leads up to that little nature area from earlier. Leaving my librarian village, I've got a couple pens with 2 sniffers and 3 pandas I was using for achievements. And over here is the last area of my storage. To the right is mob drops and my stone variants. And in the tree building is obviously all the different wood types. Out back is where I have all the blocks I can sort by color. It's also one of my favorite builds in the world. It's got like this carved out cliff look, and when you walk up, it leads into a void floor. This is a good time to mention that I used vibrant visuals for this whole playthrough, and it definitely impacted how I did the lighting in this world. Like I said, this is all the blocks sorted by color, so glass, dyes, wool, terracotta, concrete, and then all the different light blocks in the game. Heading back out, we'll get to the last part of the compound I was starting to work on before I stopped playing. Up these stairs, I have a notch apple banner and another fully powered beacon. And over here is an elytra statue representing my completion of the achievement Caves and Cliffs, which is falling from build height to bedrock. From the limit to the rock, I fell here, day 765. Leaving my compound just a couple hundred blocks away is the best farm on this world, my gold farm, which is sadly incomplete. There's supposed to be a giant eye on top made out of glass. I just never got around to finishing it. But the inside is completely built out. I've got an item sorter to sort out all the mob drops I don't want. Around back here is a little pool area. And then up here is just a little place to look out at pretty cool Minecraft generation. Upstairs though is where the killing chamber is, and just like the last farm I showed you, it also uses a trident killer. This is definitely the best farm I've built on this world. Reason being is I get 2 very important drops, XP and gold, and I get lots of them. This thing will get you to level 50 in less than 5 minutes. I tried to theme this build after like a church or a cathedral, so I built a lot of these big stained glass windows to let sunlight in, and so you could look out at the natural world generation. Taking a short flight over here, we'll get to the village where my end portal is. And this is also another build that's sadly not complete. I was gonna build a giant grand entrance. As you can see, I got a lot of the terraforming done, but just never got around to actually finishing this one either. Going into my end, I also wanted to mention that I lit up all 20 end city portals. This is something I want to do in my Java world because this just looks so cool, and I really want to do like a big end base build. Heading back to the overworld for the last time, there's just one more build I want to show off, the giant UFO that's been in the background of this whole video. This is my favorite build on this whole world. I just put so much work into it, and I think it looks awesome. I want to find somewhere to build one in my Java world too. Heading inside, we'll see that the occupants of this unidentified flying object are squid, and they produce me a bunch of black dye that I've been using for all of the builds in this world. Like the last 2 builds I showed you, this one's also kind of incomplete. There's supposed to be a tractor beam in the middle, making it look like it's pulling up the water, and in the middle was going to be a bubble elevator. This giant UFO marked the last build I did before I stopped playing this world, so let's talk about that a little bit. Why did I stop playing a world that I clearly put way too much time and effort into? Well, the reason being is because I can't get any of the achievements. My achievements have been glitched forever. I have no idea why. Sometimes they come and sometimes they don't. So it just makes it super frustrating knowing I'm never going to fully be able to complete this world because I'm never going to be able to get all the achievements. And I've tried too, I've tried everything. I've gone online and looked up a bunch of different ways. I've reinstalled the game a bunch of times. And like, I know it's bugrock, but come on Mojang, please fix the achievements in Bedrock. I just want to get all the achievements, please. But there we go, that's the end of the world tour and my little rant about why I stopped playing this world. At the end of the day, I really do love this world. I put so much time and effort into it, and without it, I'd probably still be living in a dirt hut on my Java world. This was the world that I definitely feel like I broke out and was able to start building some things that were in my head. That being said, if you guys want to see any more content done on this world, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to come back and finish some of the builds I left undone, especially since the main hardcore series is going to take forever. So I wouldn't mind doing uploads on this world in between those ones. Just let me know. Okay, and that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the little tour of my Bedrock world. If you did enjoy this video, go check out my first video, which is the Java Hardcore series I'm starting, and also subscribe while you're at it. But anyways, my name is Gingy, the game is still Minecraft, and I'm gonna keep playing way too much of it. Peace out.